Introduction: the early morning mist clung to the bustling port of Hokkaido as the fishermen prepared for another grueling journey. The scallop industry in Japan, known for its high-quality produce, has been a lifeline for these men for generations. Among the seasoned crew stood Kenji, a weathered captain with decades of experience, and his loyal crew, Haru, a young but eager apprentice, Hiroshi, the seasoned navigator, and Aiko, the resilient cook who kept the crew nourished. Location and identification: scallops are typically found on the ocean floor in areas with sandy or gravelly substrates. Fishing vessels equipped with sonar and other detection technologies locate dense scallop beds. Fishing methods: dredging. This is the most common method for harvesting scallops. Dredges are large, cage-like structures with metal frames and mesh nets that are dragged along the seafloor. The scallops are collected as the dredge scrapes the bottom. Diving. In some regions, divers are used to hand-pick scallops. This method is more selective and environmentally friendly, but less common on a commercial scale due to its labor-intensive nature. Processing at sea. Once harvested, scallops are brought aboard the vessel, where they are typically shucked, removed from their shells, immediately. This helps preserve freshness and reduces the weight for transport. The scallops are then cleaned and sorted by size and quality. Storage. Processed scallops are quickly chilled or frozen to maintain quality. Many vessels have on-board freezing facilities to flash freeze the scallops, which locks in freshness and extends shelf life. Environmental considerations. Scallop dredging can have significant environmental impacts, including damage to the seafloor and bycatch of non-target species. Sustainable practices and regulations, such as seasonal closures, gear restrictions, and marine protected areas, are important to mitigate these effects. Economic importance. Chapter 1. The life of a fisherman. For Kenji and his crew, fishing was more than a job. It was a way of life, passed down through generations. Kenji's father and grandfather were fishermen, and he was determined to keep the tradition alive. The crew shared similar stories, each with their own reasons for enduring the hardships of the sea. Haru, fresh out of high school, sought adventure and a sense of purpose. Hiroshi, having faced numerous personal losses, found solace in the predictable rhythm of the waves. Aiko, the only woman on board, was driven by the need to provide for her family after her husband's untimely death. Chapter 2. Setting sail. The departure was always a mix of excitement and dread. As the crew loaded the vessel with supplies and checked the equipment, a sense of anticipation filled the air. The vessel, a sturdy trawler named Kaishin, was both their home and workplace for the next several weeks. Kenji performed a final check, ensuring everything was in order before giving the command to set sail. The journey ahead was long and arduous, but the camaraderie among the crew kept spirits high. Chapter 3. The harvest begins. As the vessel reached the fertile fishing grounds, the real work began. The crew worked tirelessly, deploying large nets and dredgers to harvest the scallops from the seabed. The process was physically demanding, requiring strength and precision. The crew faced numerous challenges, from unpredictable weather to mechanical failures. Haru quickly learned the ropes, under the watchful eyes of Kenji and Hiroshi, while Aiko prepared hearty meals to sustain the hard-working crew. Chapter 4. Nature's fury. One night, without warning, a violent storm descended upon them. The sea turned into a monstrous force, tossing the vessel like a toy. The crew scrambled to secure the equipment and themselves. Kenji's experience was invaluable, as he barked orders and kept the crew focused. Hours felt like days as they battled the storm. When dawn finally broke, the exhausted crew surveyed the damage. Equipment was lost, and the vessel had sustained damage, but they had survived. Chapter 5. A fragile ecosystem. The storm served as a stark reminder of the ocean's power and the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Kenji often spoke of the importance of sustainable fishing practices, knowing that overfishing could devastate the scallop population. The crew took care to follow regulations and respect the sea, understanding that their livelihood depended on it. Haru, initially unaware of these issues, grew to appreciate the fisherman's role in preserving the environment. Chapter 6, Struggles and Sacrifices. Life at sea was not without its sacrifices. The physical toll was immense, with injuries and fatigue common. Hiroshi, who had lost a finger in a previous accident, exemplified the risks involved. The mental strain was equally challenging, with the isolation and relentless pressure taking a toll on their well-being. Each crew member had left loved ones behind, missing out on family milestones and enduring long periods of loneliness. Yet, the bond they shared was unbreakable, forged in the crucible of the sea. Chapter 7, A Glimpse of Hope. Despite the hardships, moments of success brought joy and hope. As the vessel's hold filled with scallops, the crew felt a sense of accomplishment. The return journey was filled with anticipation, as they looked forward to reuniting with their families and sharing stories of their adventure. Kenji, reflecting on the trip, felt a renewed sense of purpose. He knew that the tradition of fishing was in good hands with Haru and the rest of the crew. Conclusion: the unsung heroes. The fishermen's work, often overlooked, was crucial to the local economy and culture. Their unspeakable struggles were a testament to their resilience and dedication. As the kaishin docked at the port, the crew was greeted with cheers from their families and the community. They were unsung heroes, preserving a way of life that was both challenging and rewarding. Kenji looked at the young faces in the crowd, hopeful that they would continue the legacy of scallop fishing, facing the sea's trials with the same indomitable spirit.